Hello everybody, this is Jasmina, and in this video I am going to talk about the bureaus in BaZi and in ZWDS. Now they are basically just a collection of animals. It's sort of like another way of saying the uh, the combinations. And for the BaZi, you are looking at a collection of animals. And I think this is a standard, just another way of looking at the elemental, uh, the one that has the three animal signs. I think it's the same thing. And that will create a certain bureau and give you a certain energy. So if you prefer this, this is the way to do it. Some people like this better. It just somehow is easier for them to remember. Then you have the pillars. You look at a pillar in your ZWDS destiny or self palace, but it can also be applied to your year pillar in your BaZi. So I'm going to talk about both of these here, and they're the second one, the one that uses the pillar is associated with the Na Yin, and I thought there was more in English about Na Yin. I mean, there is some, but it doesn't give you really good directions or really good information. But I did find a site in Chinese that translates decently to English, and but it may take. But I do plan to do something that will be like a video like this, and there'll be 5 of them because there are 5 ZWDS bureaus. Now, ZWDS, the ZWDS, which is very hard to say, is the common abbreviation for ZWDS, and you will see this quite a bit. Most people don't spell it out. There are 4 bureaus in BaZi, and there are 5 bureaus in ZWDS. They are all labeled by one of the 5 elements, and not the 10 gods, but the 5 elements. Now, you will need to know your ZWDS chart to know which one you have for yourself. And you can go to this website. Now, they seem to be shifting from one formation to another. I went back to it a couple days in a row, and it keeps changing, so they're kind of in flux. But it's either going to say destiny or self as the chart, and this will give you the ability to find out what you need. Now, you want to put your Gregorian calendar date and your solar time, and do not put in where you are from because it will do another solar time adjustment. But that is a very rough solar time adjustment that he has on his particular calculator. It's much more accurate, especially if it on one side of a time zone and the other side of the time zone, you will have different offsets for the conversion of the clock time to solar time. So this is, you just don't use the middle and hope you're right, which is what I think he does. So do that yourself. I've got the videos that help you with that. Then you know you have the right time. Now there are 5 bureaus, and they are the 60 Na Yin in their normal groupings. So this is used other places too. So this is the 4 bureaus of the BaZi. We have the pig, rabbit, and goat. They create wood, so they give you extra ability to grow. The tiger, horse, and dog. This is the fire bureau, and this gives you more passion than you would otherwise have. And the snake, rooster, and ox. This is the metal bureau, and it gives you more focus, more strength, perhaps also some more ability to influence others, but it's mostly focus and strength. And the water bureau is the monkey, rat, and dragon, and that gives you flexibility. So these are the standard, what happens when you have this element, what does it give you? Now you notice that the earth is missing. That is true, but we have all of the animal signs here. So there's nothing left to put together as a earth. So that's why it's missing. And it's also grouped kind of in the 24 mountains. There's a pattern there. Now, you have to have all three in your natal chart for a permanent bureau to be in your chart. But you may create a temporary bureau through the year or a luck cycle if you already have two of them. For example, I have the pig and the rabbit. Every time a goat year comes along or I'm in my goat luck pillar, I will be able to learn faster than normal and I'll gain a lot of new knowledge, or at least I have the ability to do that. I have to apply myself to be able to do that, but I have that ability. Interestingly, the goat clashes with my month pillar. So during my sixth month or sixth luck cycle, where I couldn't find a job, I learned a lot in a lot of different fields. I didn't even know this is what it was, but I applied myself and I learned a lot. So it does actually seem to be there. Now, my husband has the tiger and the horse in his chart. So during his dog luck pillar or a dog year, he has more passion. Now, this happened during his grad school and just after he got out of grad school. That was when he went through his dog luck cycle. So, and he's still passionate about his work. So, maybe this actually does work. So that's interesting. But none of my relatives have any of these combinations as permanent ones. It's fairly rare to have these because just by random chance, it's only about 3%. It's okay if you don't. You are guaranteed to have a ZWDS uh, bureau. So unfortunately, it's kind of hard. They in the ZWDS, the free ones out there that I could find, they don't list the like the name of your pillar in a particular palace in Chinese and then tell you what it is in English. So you're going to need to know this. So these are the Chinese characters, but what you really need is they will put it this way. They will put it in the Romanized Mandarin. And so you'll find one of these here, and then you would find your animal sign, and they will list it this way. And this is what it is in English. So if you see a Jia Yin, well, the Jia is here, the Yin is here. So you have a wood tiger. And so now you can look at your year pillar in your BaZi and find out what that is. And then you can translate it back to this. Now, this is yang wood, this is yin wood, yang fire, yin fire. So you'll be able to figure this out. And, uh, and, and so you'll be able to figure out which ones you have, especially when you just look at my tables. So it's not too hard. So here, this is basically the ZWDS list. And if you have this wood bureau, it will give you growth. That is a potential to learn better and faster. So you look in your ZWDS Destiny Palace, or sometimes it's labeled Self Palace, and you can also look at your BaZi year pillar. And so you notice there's two of them, and they have a very regular pattern to them. And so you just find what you have. For me, I have an earth pig as a year pillar in my BaZi. So I have this wood. And this would be even more accentuated because I also have this when I have a goat year or a goat luck cycle. This would be even more accentuated. So it actually makes kind of some sense here. Now, these names are as best translated as I can from the Chinese. Sometimes they just give it the phonetic name and it's totally meaningless. So I've done the best I could to translate this to English. But this website here, and I will have it listed in the below the video in the description. This you can translate to from the Chinese language to English, and it doesn't do too bad of a job in giving you the information for your particular Na Yin. And you see, everyone has two. So there's 60 of the ZWDS, the 60 animal signs combined with the pillars. I mean the stems. So altogether, you have 60, but since there's two of those, there will be 30 of these. And each one of these elements, the wood, everything, this gives you the 60 total of the ZWDS. So anyway, this is, you just try to find your animal signs here. And hopefully you can find them. Now this is for the Fire Bureau. And this gives you, in general, more passion. But exactly how that passion happens or comes out actually is given here. And again, you can use that website. It does a decent job in translating to English in the descriptions. And again, you just try to find your animal sign, your pillar that's in the Destiny or Self Palace. Like I said, this website keeps changing. And also in your BaZi year pillar, you can find that here. Then we have the Earth Bureau. This gives you stability. And again, same thing, you just find your particular animal sign from your Destiny or Self Palace. Some people call it Destiny, some people call it Self. And then you look for this Na Yin in the description from this website. That can tell you more about yourself. And you can also look at the BaZi year pillar, see what's there. Now, this is the metal, which gives you more focus, usually more strength, not just physical strength, but also emotional or mental strength. And this will give you, this is the ones that fall into this category, and this is the Na Yin name. And at least my best translation of it. And then we finally have the Water Bureau, which gives flexibility. And again, you find what's in your Destiny or Self Palace of your ZWDS chart, and you also look at your year pillar. Now, in the ZWDS chart, I am a wood monkey in my Destiny Palace, so I also have water. Now, wood and water are pretty much my two highest things in the BaZi chart. So it's very consistent. I don't know why they have two systems exactly, because, well, maybe some people will be very different, but it's a different way of looking at things. And it seems like the ZWDS is more complete in some ways. And I do plan to study that if I can get enough income in, because ZWDS classes are 4, 5, 6 times as expensive as the BaZi classes. So it's pretty expensive, and my business doesn't have the profit yet. Now the ZWDS Bureau and whatever element that's associated with it gives you more of that talent or skill than what comes from a simple analysis. You may or may not have a BaZi Bureau. It's about 3% chance that you do to have all three, and that would be, I'm talking about a permanent one. But if you do have one, again, it's the same thing. Whatever's associated with the element, that general element, then it will tell you what extra skills you'll have. Now, if you remember, when we talk about the 10 gods, what an element means depends on what your daymaster is. That is not the case here. Here, it is about just what does that element mean. So that's it. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you can email me here, or you can leave a comment. And we'll be doing more with ZWDS as I am able to afford it. and I've started a campaign. If you're interested in having me take a class, I will do so. But in the meantime, I am taking another more high-level BaZi class. So hopefully I can learn a few more tricks of the trade and pass that information on to you guys. Thanks again for watching.